I'm the Commissar. We're watching Forged Alliance Forever, and you get your fill of epic engagements with back-and-forth battles and courageous comebacks. But sometimes you just crave a little quickie behind the T2 support factory, don't you? And that's what we're getting today. Just a little gem showing off a strategy we don't see half enough. Let's get going. We are back in the calm, comforting embrace of 3v3 ladder with a hot team and a cold team on a generated map. You know the drill by now. Let's meet the teams. In the position of the upper side, I guess for the cold team, we have Sandman27, a regular appearance on this channel. He is 1225 rated and Seraphim in mauve. In the forward position, central for cold team, we have JHWarTeko, whom I'm going to call Teko this game. He's 887 rated and Cybran in dark blue. And last but not least, at the back here, we have Peak, who is 831 rated. He's also Cybran in baby blue. And mirroring them on the hot team, in this back position, we have the game's highest rated player. It's Paradox. We've seen him before quite a bit too. He's 1365 rated in UEF in orange. In their forward position, we have dedkeyr, who I'm going to call Dead. He's 867 rated and Cybran in burgundy. Now, this is going to be a problem for a hot team because their third player, Lemon Russ, 705 rated UEF in bright red, is AFK. Now, being AFK at the very start is terrible for your team because even more important than maths and energy right at the very, very start of the game is build power. And if you have one comm not doing anything like, well, building anything, but in particular building factories for more build power, that is really, really bad. So, this will be an issue that hot team are going to have to manage somehow. And we're going to see how they deal with it this game. Now, often on a map gen like this, with clear lanes, and it's actually quite large, but what, 15 by 15? So Paradox has said he's going to be a dedicated air player. I don't know if Cold Team are going to go for the same. Sandman has already queued up a transport and an early bomber there, we can see. And Peak also going for second air, while Teko going for land all day. We haven't got a second factory at all from Dead yet. And of course, we haven't got a factory of any sort at all from Russ. However, Dead's got this early raid out of a Mantis and Scout, and Teko hasn't actually got any. This factory is idle, and he's only just queuing up his first combat units. So this might be an easy pickup for Dead's Mantis. He's guarding the mechs. He sees it. Teko tries to react. It's not soon enough. Pop, the Mantis gets a kill. Marvellous. Love it. I like it when early raids pay off. And we do have a double Selene raid out from Sandman. Will that get anything done? Meanwhile, there are reclaim patches. We didn't really talk about that on the map. There are reclaim patches here, 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 and mirrored across the map. So lots of reclaim patches to get. And we can see here that Paradox is dropping them. 2 NGs here, 1 NG here, 3 NGs on this one, and 1 NG on this one, and he's still got a lab on board to do a little bit of cheeky ghetto play. So, absolutely great reclaim dropping from Paradox. Meanwhile, we've had another little pickup from this Mantis, and I think it might be going to try and grab another NG kill over here. That would be pretty great if so. Sandman's early bomber we can see on the minimap there. We'll check if it's going to get anything done. And yes, that's another NG kill for the Mantis belonging to Dead. And Peak might try and chase it down with his comm, but that Mantis is much faster than the comm, and he's going to get another NG kill. 4 kills for this Mantis, that is great work. Now the Selines, you can actually see they've been killed by the Ghetto gunship right here. And the other Selene raid looks like it's only just escaped running into Dead's com. Where's that bomber? Well, that's up here. I think it was trying to guard this reclaim patch, but nothing's gone that way just yet. And ParadoXXX's transport gets shot down by an inti out from Sandman. We do have a dropout from Sandman, though. That is a very large amount of build power, because don't forget that Sarah transports have extra carry capacity, and this one is almost fully loaded with 7 engines on board, and he's put them all here. So he's absolutely doubling down on these reclaim fields in this area on this hill, while a triple Selene raid heads out this way. Lots of Selenes on guard, and we also have a drop out from Dead. This is quite an aggressive drop. He wants this reclaim patch belonging to Sandman. If he can get it, that'll be an amazing pickup, but it's already been locked onto by the inties. I think it might land, though. Are we going to get it? It's going to be close. He drops 2, and he drops the rest. I think he was planning to get them elsewhere, but he realized he'd lose the transport. However, the transport lands on 3 of the engines as it dies, injuring them. And a bomber from Sandman takes out the rest, so nice attempt, but I'm not sure it really paid off. Meanwhile, we do have a bomber out from Paradox, messing around, causing trouble for Peak, and it's supported by inties, so Peak's gonna have to build a little bit of AA if he wants to clean this up. He's already denied this factory here, we can see that bomber. So he's just causing a little bit of trouble. Meanwhile, Paradox has given us the first tech on the field. He has reached T2 and is immediately slamming down a P-Gen. So he's going for snipes, perhaps? We'll have to see. This is reasonably early for T2 when in a 3v3, though, if you were going for like full air only on a big 4v4 or Cetons or dual gap or something, then I would expect it by this stage. And Dead is not far behind in tech. He's just finished his land upgrade. He hasn't really got any spam production though, so he's going to have to make this tech pay. And Russ has actually joined the game. I forgot to note that he did pop in at about the 4 or 5 minute mark. He's got first air, and indeed only air so far, and he's building a lot of P-Gens with it. Let's see what we've got in terms of eco. Well, despite the early issues caused by Russ being AFK, hot team are ahead, and that's entirely down to Paradox, who has really been focusing on his eco along with his air build here. He's got very little spam out here, and I wonder if Code Team know about that. They don't. Look, they don't have any radar coverage here, so they don't know. We do have a gun upgrade now going down from Peak. They don't know that they could just mob in here and get the work done. Meanwhile, Teko has come for this reclaim patch with his comm, and he is supported by a few labs, but he doesn't need to be supported by a few labs because there's no spam from Paradox. He's focusing entirely on that air shenanigan. Dead's comm advancing very boldly. Is he coming for this reclaim? I'm not sure. It would be worth picking up if he did stop here, and he's going to do exactly that. I like that choice. Meanwhile, though, check this out. Paradox is going for T3 on his comm before the 10-minute mark. And that is a T2 transport under construction. My loyal viewers, I think you know what that means is coming up. I think that means we're going to see a comm drop. If so, I'm going to love every second of it. Unless he explodes, which he might, I suppose. Okay, we better do a little bit of a play-by-play here. We've got pushing in with Mantis from Peak. Takes out this Hydro. And we've got these labs have been stopped by the point defense, but there's no spam here to stop the Mantis push from Peak. And we've also, but we have got these Mongies coming out, but they need to come this way and stop this attack. But I promised to play by play, because while that's been happening, we've got these Selines here and these tanks trying to go for... Oh! Well, I'm not the only one who wants the circuit, apparently. Trying to go for a run-by on Russ. Now, we do have units being brought up by Dead in order to try and counter it. And I think he's going to stop the majority of the attack, and the point defences from Russ will deal with a lot of it. But there has been this run-by from Sandman. He's got 3 Selines through. And there's nothing in here to defend. These engines are idle. This factory is idle. Everything here is idle. And I think these 3 Selines are going to pay for themselves many times over with a huge number of free NG kills. Look at that. 1, 2, 3... I think it's going to be 5 NG kills at the least. More if... Forgotten his name. Sandman doesn't react. No other guy. Russ doesn't react, and Sandman even brings in a tank to finish the job. But here it is, my loyal viewers. We hoped it was coming. We thought it was coming, and I think it is coming. Here is Paradox on his transport with T3 on his comm, flying in. Pro camera work there. Where's he going to land? And is he going to make it? I hope you're all on the edge of your seats for this, because I have a feeling this is going to be fantastic. He's going straight for Sandman's base. Meanwhile, Dead does have a swarm of Mantis pushing in here on Sandman's units, and that's a good engage from Dead, getting into the side of Sandman's line, so he can pick them off one at a time, but Sandman's comm is here and can probably respond in time. There's still a bit of reclaim here that Sandman is trying to pick up, but I actually don't know if he's got enough tanks there left to defend. Okay, this is good work from Dead. He's actually trying to reclaim some of these Mantis. His comm needs to be moving, though. Okay, he is going to clean this up, but I think he lost more than he needed to there. Also, we should note that before he set off, Paradox actually started a T3P gen with his comm, and that's easily going to fill his early Tech 3 air build. So, nice work. But this is what you're here for, my loyal viewers. Here he is, Paradox, dropping his T3 comm into the enemy base. He denies the T2P gen. They're desperately rushing up point defense to try and stop him. Is he doing what I think he's doing? Actually, hold on. He captures the point defense that they put up to defend against him, and now he's capturing the HQ. So not only will Sandman not be able to produce T2 units anymore, now Paradox can produce them into Sandman's base, and he recaptures the point defense. This is the most amazing strategy I have ever seen, and I love every second of it. Look at this. He is building his own point defenses now, and he just captures this one. No sooner can Sandman put something up, but Paradox straight up captures it. And there are bombers trying to contest it, but Paradox has swarmed the air with inties. And now he's just reclaiming Sandman's power. If you've got engineering upgrades and not gun upgrades, reclaiming is faster than shooting, and so he's just smashing Sandman's eco. He does go for a shield generator to protect his comm, which is a nice additional touch. But there are now rhinos coming in to defend, helping out from peak, but the shield is up. And Paradox is firing out. The shield goes down and is destroyed by a combination of rhino work and labs. And the bombers do still keep attacking. But up goes another point defense. Those mongoose we mentioned earlier have run into Teko's comm, which is going to be a problem for them, as mongoose are made of paper. And while they pack a lot of a punch, as you can see from Teko going down into the yellow, he is going to be able to work through them, I think. However, this is bad for him. They're fast, and so they can just run past and start destroying the mexes behind his comm. Now, Paradox is into the yellow, but he has got this HQ, and he did produce an Ilshi right there into the base of Sandman. And his T3 engineering upgrade means he can tank an awful lot of hits. And look at this. This is hilarious and absolutely catastrophic for Cold Team. Paradox knows he's got no competition in the air game right now, and so he gets out a strat from his T3 factory. That's going to cause some absolute devastation. But you know where we have to be looking, my loyal viewers. We have to be looking at the man himself. Paradox balls out in the enemy base. I like the work from Sandman bombing the HQ so that he can't get out as many Ilshis, but he is still getting out Ilshis. Also a little bit of support there as Dead drops in some Rhino tanks and just gives them over to Paradox. As not only is point defense going up, now anti-air is going up too, and that will help handle the bombers. And I think that Cold Team are running out of stuff that they can actually bring in. Meanwhile, this Mex is almost T3, but in comes the strat that we just saw. Takes out the Mex that was so close to T3, takes out all the production around it. That's just completely and utterly brutal. And as if that wasn't enough, a second bomb drops and kills all the reclaim from it as well. That's just rude. Back to Paradox. And Sandman is looking like he's running out of stuff he can do. He does still have 60 eco, to be fair, which is quite impressive given how much damage has been done inside his actual base, as Paradox goes for another shield generator. You can spare me a brief moment to look at that strat. Boom! 2 more T2 mexes, including another one on the upgrade, taken out for poor old Teko. And as if that weren't enough, the strat comes back at 60 hit points left on the HQ. Normally I would say that's a close shave, but I have a sneaking suspicion that strat is coming back for another pass. Ouch. Poor Teko. And it's almost completely destroyed. Sandman's main base, almost completely destroyed. What can... And with the air factory going down as well, and this air factory I'm sure soon to follow, what possible hope have Cold Team got? My loyal viewers, I think the answer might be none, as the HQ has gone down, to be fair, for that Paradox captured, but he's now just putting up, and Teko resigns there. He's just putting up factories in the base belonging to... I say belonging to Sandman. Can't really say that anymore, can we? And Dead drops more rhinos into the base. I said recall, says Sandman, as the bomber is down here trying to deal with... Well, that was Peak's HQ. That was Peak's Air HQ. The Mongees have made it around here. This is painful, and Sandman has actually got to the transport. Oh, Dead's got to the T3 while we were focusing down here. But I don't think that's going to make a difference. Sandman is going for a last-ditch attempt. Oh, wait, no. Sandman? That's Peak. Sorry. Sandman comes in here, goes for a last-ditch attempt, and dies in the point defense. Peak comes in, goes for a last-ditch attempt, and I think I'm not going to be too early to say it here. Oh, I was going to say dives in the point defense, but that was the strat coming over. What a completely insane strategy for a completely insane game. I loved every second of it. Wasn't that amazing? And wasn't that ridiculous? Paradox did actually die at the end there, but it didn't matter because he took the last enemy comm with him and both his teammates survived. So, despite having a teammate AFK for the first 5 minutes, that insane, ballsy comm drop won the game. I hope you liked it. I certainly did. Tell me what you thought in the comments below. While you're down there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and obey. I'm TheCommissar. I will see you next time.